Absolutely. Here's a powerful and emotionally driven opening for your speech. Think like the 1% manage time like a pro. Written in the style of Eric Thomas, meant to hook the audience from the first second and convince them to stay locked in till the last word. Listen to me, this ain't just another motivational speech. This is the wake-up call you've been avoiding. You want to know why you feel stuck, why you grind hard but don't see the results. It's not because you're not talented. It's not because you don't want it. It's because you don't manage the one thing you can never get back. Time. Yeah, I said it. You're not broke because you don't have money. You're broke because you don't value minutes. The 1%, they don't play with time. They master it. They move different. While most people out here are wasting hours scrolling, sleeping in, making excuses, the 1% are up early, locked in, executing with precision. They don't let time slip through their fingers, they grab it, they own it. And if you don't learn how to manage your time like a pro, you're going to keep living like the 99%, chasing, rushing, regretting. So don't play with this message. Don't halfway listen. Don't multitask. This one while checking your phone. Nah, I need you to lock in. Because if you give me your full focus, your full energy, if you listen to this speech all the way through, not only will you think different, you'll move different. You'll operate like the elite. You'll show up with discipline, with clarity, and with the kind of intention that separates legends from the forgotten. You want to build a life that people respect. You want to become the kind of person that the room notices when you walk in. Then sit tight, stay present, and let me show you how to think like the 1% and manage time like a pro. Let me tell you something. Most people out here, they don't get it. They don't understand the weight of a minute. They treat time like it's unlimited, like they've got 100 years just sitting in the bank waiting for them to get serious. But the 1%, they think different. They don't spend time. They invest it. They know every second has a price, and they refuse to waste it. They treat it like gold, because once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get a refund on time. See, the 99%, they wake up, hit snooze, scroll Instagram for 30 minutes, then complain they don't have enough hours in the day. They say things like, I'm too busy, or I didn't have time. But the truth is, they had the time, they just didn't own it. The 1%, they don't play that game. They schedule their time like their future depends on it, because it does. They move with urgency. They don't just wake up and go with the flow. They wake up with intention, with clarity, and with a purpose for every block of time. You ever met somebody who's doing big things and you wonder, man, how are they getting so much done? Let me tell you how. They respect their time, they don't let people waste it. They don't let distractions steal it, and they definitely don't hand it away for free. Their calendar, it's locked, it's sacred. And every meeting, every hour, every task, they've weighed it against the mission. If it doesn't build, it doesn't belong. The average person treats time like it's pocket change. Little moments here, little moments there. Killing time, passing time, wasting time. You ever hear somebody say, I'm just killing time? That's the mindset of the 99%. But the 1%, they don't kill time. They multiply it. They invest it in growth, in mastery, in legacy. They put their time in books, in reps, in mentorships, in building something that outlives them. They ask, if I give this hour, what do I get back? Does it move me closer to my vision? Does it grow my skill set? Does it build something real? And when you start thinking like that, your life changes. Your energy changes. You stop saying yes to everything. You stop chasing quick wins and start planting seeds that grow over time. Because that's the thing, time compounds. You may not see the result after one day, 1 week, or even 1 month. But when you consistently invest it in the right places, the return is massive. I need you to stop being casual with your minutes. Stop giving hours to people who drain you. Stop wasting your prime time on things that don't feed your future. Every time you pick up that phone and scroll for an hour, that's an hour you'll never get back. Every time you push your goals to tomorrow because you're tired, that's an opportunity lost forever. And don't get it twisted. Life is keeping score. You think it's not a big deal, but the clock's ticking whether you move or not. You want to be in the 1%, then you need to move like them. That means auditing every day. That means looking at how you're spending your 24 like it's your last, because for somebody it is. That means building habits that protect your time and push your purpose. You've got 24 hours, just like every billionaire, every CEO, every Olympic athlete. But the question is, what are you doing with them? If you want more out of life, you've got to stop living like time is free. It's not. It's the most expensive thing you've got. It costs you everything. And when it's gone, there's no getting it back. So treat it like it matters. Use it like it counts. Because the people at the top, they're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They're just better at owning their time. And the moment you start thinking like that, the moment you stop wasting and start investing, you won't just change your schedule. You'll change your life. You keep waiting to feel like it. That's your problem. You keep waiting for motivation to hit before you move. You keep waiting for the perfect morning, the perfect mood, the perfect moment to do what you said you were gonna do. Let me tell you something real. If you're waiting to feel like it, you're gonna lose. Because the 1%, they don't rely on feelings. They rely on systems. They don't let emotions drive their schedule. They show up regardless. You think champions always feel motivated. You think the greats wake up every day pumped to grind. No, but they show up anyway. They show up when they're tired. They show up when they're frustrated. They show up when they've failed. Because they understand something most people don't. Discipline is stronger than emotion. Emotion is temporary. It changes with the weather. One little thing goes wrong and your whole mindset shifts. But discipline, that's built. That's locked in. And when you've built discipline, you don't need to feel like it to be effective. Most of y'all are ruled by how you feel. You go hard when you're hyped, and you disappear when you're down. But life don't care about how you feel. Life rewards consistency. The 1% operate on routine, not emotion. They don't ask themselves if they feel ready. They already decided yesterday what today was gonna look like. They've already scheduled their time, locked in the priorities, and committed to execution no matter what. Let me ask you this. Do you want results or excuses? Because you can't have both. The average person lets their feelings run their day. I didn't feel like going to the gym. I just wasn't in the zone today. I had a rough morning. I get it, life hits. But the difference between the ones who win and the ones who wish, winners don't make feelings the boss. They get it done anyway. They put systems in place so the work gets done whether they're hyped or hurting. You need structure. You need to build a routine that's non-negotiable, a morning routine that doesn't start with your phone, a time block that belongs to your purpose, not to distractions, not to comfort. You need a system that's so dialed in, you don't even think about whether or not you're in the mood. You just do it. You just execute. Because discipline isn't about pushing yourself once. It's about pushing yourself daily, without question, without compromise. And don't get me wrong, this isn't about perfection. It's not about never struggling. It's about doing it anyway. You think the 1% don't have off days. Of course they do, but you wouldn't know it, because they show up the same. They've trained their mind to ignore the noise. They don't negotiate with excuses. They don't adjust their mission to match their mood. They adjust their attitude to match the mission. And let's be real. Some of you have been stuck for years because you've let your emotions be louder than your purpose. Every time it gets hard, you back off. Every time you feel uncomfortable, you quit. But growth lives on the other side of discomfort. Greatness lives in the days you didn't feel like showing up, but you did anyway. You want next-level success, you gotta build next-level discipline, not try harder, discipline, train smarter discipline, routines, systems, habits that carry you when motivation disappears. I'm telling you right now, you can't wait until you feel ready. You've got to move while you're tired. You've got to execute when you're unsure. You've got to keep going when your emotions are screaming quit. Because every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're training your future. You're becoming the kind of person that doesn't fold under pressure. You're rewiring your mind to lead, not follow. So here's the truth. You don't need to feel like it. You need to decide. Decide you're going to run your day, not let your day run you. Decide you're going to show up for your goals like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop chasing comfort. Start chasing consistency. And once you build that kind of discipline, once your systems are stronger than your emotions, you'll become unstoppable. You keep wondering why your life feels chaotic, why you feel overwhelmed, drained, and pulled in 100 different directions. But the truth is, you're saying yes to too much. You're trying to do everything, be everywhere, please everyone, and still reach your goals. That's not how the 1% move. They don't just focus on what to do. They get laser sharp on what to eliminate. Success isn't just about doing more. It's about cutting what doesn't matter ruthlessly. Most people's lives are cluttered with distractions, fake obligations, and empty noise. Every time your phone buzzes, you check it. Every time someone asks for your time, you give it. Every new trend, every new opportunity, you chase it. You're scattered, and when your energy is scattered, your results are watered down. You can't go deep if you're constantly going wide. The 1% understand that clearly, and they protect their focus like it's sacred. Because it is. They've figured it out. It's not about being busy, it's about being effective, and the only way to be effective is to get clear, ruthless clarity, what matters, what actually moves the needle, what feeds your future, what builds the vision, and once they know that, everything else gets cut. Not maybe, not later, cut. If it's not in alignment, it's gone. If it doesn't serve the mission, it doesn't make the calendar. And they don't feel guilty about it. Some of you are tired not because you're doing too much, but because you're doing too much of the wrong things. You're giving your best energy to people and places that aren't giving anything back. You're saying yes to stuff that's not even aligned with your purpose. You're letting urgency rob you of priority, and I get it. Saying no is hard. Setting boundaries feels uncomfortable. But listen to me. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you're saying no to something purposeful. That trade is killing your momentum. The top performers in any field, they say no a lot. They've learned to disconnect from anything that doesn't match their vision. That's not cold. That's focused. They're not chasing validation. They're chasing legacy. That means they don't need to be liked. They need to be effective. So when something shows up that doesn't serve the mission, whether it's a distraction, a relationship, or even an opportunity, they let it go. You've got to understand, every yes has a cost. You only get so much energy, so much time, so much mental bandwidth. If you don't protect it, the world will take it from you. That's why the 1% protect their environment. They don't surround themselves with people who pull them off course. They don't give hours to things that make them feel small, confused, or off track. They curate their space. They filter their time. They operate with precision. You don't need to add more to your life right now. You need to subtract. You need to strip away the non-essential so the essential can breathe. Look at your schedule. Look at your habits. Look at your conversations. Ask yourself, what's not aligned? What's stealing time? What's keeping me average? And be honest, because clarity comes through confrontation. You've got to confront the chaos and take control. Not next week, not next year. Now, that's how the 1% move. They're not out here reacting to life. They're building it. They're not controlled by distractions. They've eliminated them. They've simplified their focus, and that simplicity creates power. When you stop trying to do everything, you finally start making real progress on the right things. When you stop chasing every shiny object, you give yourself space to build something solid, something real, something that lasts. You can't keep pouring into every cup and expect to stay full. You can't keep being available for everything and still expect to build something great. You have to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. And once you learn to say no with confidence, once you cut the distractions, once you simplify the mission, that's when you get your power back. That's when your time starts to work for you, not against you. That's when you stop being busy and start being unshakable. Every single day, you're in a fight. Whether you realize it or not, you're in a war with time. And the problem is, most people are out here acting like they've already won. Like they've got all the time in the world, hitting snooze like they earned it, scrolling like it's therapy, drifting through the day like there's no clock ticking. But let me make it clear, the 1%, they don't drift. They dominate. They don't hope to win the day. They command it. They wake up ready to go to war, and they fight with purpose. You don't get lucky with time. You don't accidentally have a productive day. You don't randomly stumble into a legacy. You either take control of your hours or they take control of you. You either own your time or you become a slave to whatever shows up. The 1% understand that every day is a chance to separate. Every morning is another battle between where they are and where they're going, and they show up for it with urgency, with fire, with intent. The people at the top aren't more talented than you. They just move different. They treat time like oxygen. They know they can't live without it. That's why they don't waste it. They plan, they prep, they execute. They don't scroll away their mornings or leave their schedule to chance. They map it out. They know what needs to get done before the world even opens its eyes. And they don't give their first, freshest energy to nonsense. They give it to what matters. Most people wake up and the day happens to them. Phone goes off, mind's already distracted. First text, first notification, first problem. And boom, they're off course, no direction, no plan, just reaction. But the 1%, they set the tone. They decide how the day's gonna go. They don't wait until 10 a.m. to find focus. They lock in before the sun comes up. They're not trying to catch up. They're already moving, already executing, already ahead. You don't get to drift through the morning and still expect championship results. You can't be casual about your day and then cry about your outcome. You want to win, then act like it. Wake up with purpose, move with strategy, schedule your greatness. You've got 24 hours like everybody else. The question is, are you using them like the 1% or wasting them like the 99? This ain't about being perfect. It's about being present, about being awake, because most people aren't even really living. They're just existing. Going through the motions, checking boxes, but not the 1%. They're awake, alive, intentional. Every action points toward the vision. Every minute serves the mission. They don't just work. They work with direction. They don't just move. They move with precision. You've got to stop letting time slip away without accountability. You've got to stop giving yourself the excuse of tomorrow. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. You don't know how many more mornings you've got. You don't know how many more chances you'll get to show up like it matters. So treat every day like it's game day, because it is. You think the clock is your friend. It's not. The clock is the opponent. And while you're playing around, while you're procrastinating, while you're waiting to feel ready, the clock is winning. Time is undefeated. But the 1%, they don't lose to time. They beat it by making every moment count, by doing what needs to be done even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because they know every rep counts, every hour matters, every day is a brick in the foundation of their future. So stop wasting time and start waging war. Stop waking up like it's just another day and start waking up like it's your opportunity to break through, to separate, to build something that lasts. Because every morning you open your eyes, that's time giving you one more shot. One more round, one more fight. And the real ones, the 1%, they don't take that for granted. They rise up. They attack the day and they win. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary.